What's up, everyone? Joshua Loya, aka Joshua the Jedi, the aspiring servant warrior. How are you? I'm doing well. Yes, I realize that I have no beard and I have no hair. That's not what the purpose of this video is. I'm actually going to put up something later about that. But I wanted to talk about something this morning. In church, we were talking about submission. And in particular, self-leadership and self-submission. And giving it, here's my quick summary, and I think this is something that all of us can gain strength from, and something that we can apply regardless of our belief system, regardless of whether we be Christians or atheists or anything in between. I think one of the distinctives of our church, small as it is, QX Church, is that we want the lessons that are taught and our general modes of practice to be applicable and valuable for anyone, regardless of their spiritual perspective. So, the idea of, for yourself, self-leadership, can you, and let's back this up. Leadership isn't commanding and telling everybody what they need to do and, hey, you go do this. It's not, that's not commanding. Or that's commanding, that's not leadership. Leadership means I go first, I'm the example, and I make the decisions, but it doesn't mean that I get to boss everybody around. So let me clarify on that. And then submission really means, trusting in the people leading and kind of bearing the burdens of. And, one of the things we talked about today is mutual submission to each other. So, for example, Andrea and I submit to each other. I don't ask her to submit to me, and I'm unwilling to submit to her. So even though I'm the husband, and traditionally, there's the whole thing of, wives submit to your husbands, I have to be, worthy of submission, but I also have a responsibility as the other half of this marriage to submit to her. And so, it's not a perfect analogy, but it works. The idea of captain and commander, so if I'm Captain Picard and she's Riker, she doesn't have a beard like Riker, though, which I'm kind of happy about. But she has the right and the obligation to countermand, belay, and disobey orders. Not that I give her orders, mind you. But if I do something that's not consistent with my leadership position, she has the absolute right and responsibility to totally tell me to, hey, knock it off, quit being a knucklehead. And relevant to myself, right? So, who am I likely to, if I tell myself to do something, can I trust that I will do it if I tell myself to do something? And, so on the leadership side, can I tell myself what to do? On the submission side, can I follow through on what I said I would do? So if I was told by me, you're going to get up tomorrow, you're going to go train, well, tomorrow, will I get up and will I follow through on my edict to myself that tomorrow I'm going to get up at X time and go train? And, if I have the two sides of the coin, and admittedly, the specific breaking out of this was new for me, so please forgive, this is all off the cuff, but if I can more effectively craft my words and my plan and tell myself, you're going to do this, and on the other side, I can do what I told myself that I ought to do, that's the submission side. If I can get both halves of that and really kind of take stock in making decisions that are healthy for me, healthy for the people that I'm responsible for, and then I can follow through and I can actually do those things that I said that I would do, that's self-discipline. And I will tell you, I am not where I want to be with that. One of the places that I struggle is, I got to get up at this time. Now, I will work hard. Once I get rolling, I have no problem in working hard. In the morning, I am slow to move. I'm not a morning person naturally. And, I hate stretching. I need to work on my stretching, my flexibility. I have to really go out of my way to do it, and I'll just blow it off. And you know what? When I'm inconsistent with my stretching, I hurt more. Because I'll punish myself with Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and Kempo, and I'll do drills, and I'll do push-ups, and I'll do pull-ups, and I'll do kettlebell stuff, although admittedly I need to get plan is to get back into kettlebells this week. But here's the thing. I don't like stretching, and so I need to be better at making a plan to stretch, and I need to be better about submitting to my own leadership of myself to do that thing. So, the word submission and the word leader oftentimes are taught really, and okay. I always find these long turns, switching freeways to be interesting. But if we are, we talk about submission, and it's often taught in a very toxic, very misogynistic sort of way. Leadership is often completely misunderstood and completely demonstrated in an unhealthy way. But if we understand what healthy leadership is, if we understand what healthy submission is, and what that really means when it's done right, when submission is done to leaders that are worthy of our submission, when leadership is done in the best interest of everybody in the team and the goals that are there to be accomplished, then amazing things happen. And the more we can do that for ourselves, it starts with us. I can't blame other people for my problems. I am responsible for how I act. No matter what came to me, I am responsible for what goes through me. So I might have been molested. I might have been physically, mentally, verbally abused. I might have been assaulted. And yes, I have experienced all of those things in my life and more that many people use as justifications for being absolute jerks. But I'm not going to sit here and use those as excuses to be a jerk to other people. I'm not going to sit here and let my blindness be an excuse why I don't train, why I don't do this, why I don't do that. I'm going to respond to my circumstances with confidence, with initiative, and with follow-through. And when I fall up, I get back up again. Fall down 7 times, get back up 8. Keep going. Because the place is here. The time is now. I can always move forward from here. I can always begin now. And no matter how many mistakes I've made over the years, no matter how many faults I have, I can always go forward from here right now. Got to end this because we're going to park the car and take care of some stuff. But I wanted to mention that. I'll hit you up on any comments I got. I will respond in kind. JoshuaTheJedi.com, @Servant Warrior on Twitter. Love you guys. Adventure is a state of mind. God bless you, and I love you all.